Good afternoon, Minecrafters. This is Monday, July 28th, 2025. We are live in my original world, not the world with Gargamel. This is the very first world I ever played in when I first started playing Minecraft in 2019. So this is my original world, and I figured I was going to give you guys a treat today. Instead of watching me throw brick stone blocks on top of Gargamel's wall for another week, I figured just for a day, let's take a break and go check out. I had originally made a Disney World. Well, it's based on a Minecrafter's tutorial on Disney World, and so we're going to go over there today. And a while ago, I had started making the what's it called? The something of the Americas. Hold on. I don't remember. Let me check this audio when I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Not the rivers of America. Hold on for a second. In Disney World, what's the area called with the town? Um, no. When you enter Disney World, what is that area called? Main Street. Yeah, Main Street, USA. So I just started building that in my. I started to add that into my Disney World not about a year ago or so. And I figured for today's stream, let's continue building that. And if you go to YouTube, look up Bubba Flubba, Bubbaflubba. I think this is the video I watched to make this my version of Disney World. It's entitled Minecraft: How to Build the Disney World Castle. Really good, detailed video, and I believe that's the one I used. And give it a shot for yourselves. Um, let's go over there before I start. Let me see if I have a bed, do all that good stuff. I should take this one just in case. I might have to come. I might have to come back here. What this area is here is um, the sunken monument. When I get up here, you'll understand. And I have, of course, my friends in here. I've never really, until recently, got back here to make this more homey for everybody here. Get on my bed. It looks like everybody's sleeping. It's been so long. I forget what year that I actually dried this out. I got in the fishermen in here because there's a lot of cod in this area. So this is basically a sunken monument that I dried out and enclosed it with glass, almost like an aquarium. And in actuality, this area here, it goes all the way back. You can see it better up here. So I used sand. I used sand and sponges to dry this place out. And I took this glass, and it goes back over there. Before we go over there, I'll show you this other thing I just started not too long ago. I had this idea pop in my brain. That was disgusting. To make like another canalway that would go over to this island, or not island, but the mainland over there. See the trees out that way. There's a mainland out that way. And so I figured I would enclose it with glass, just like the other tunnel over here. And in the canalway going back to the mainland, I would put houses, just like I was doing in Iron Forge, in my world, my typical survival world. So I'm building these like buildings that line the canalway back to the mainland. So I just started building this building here. So they're going to be buildings facing each other all the way back to the mainland, and there's a canal that would connect it. But That's where we were at when I first started the stream today. It's back here, so you can see a little bit of the building here. I gotta keep breaking out the. There's like ground and stone and whatever from here over to the mainland, and it's kind of like I want to connect. There's a ravine on the outside. I'll show you that in a second. And then I gotta dry it out and build these buildings. You can kind of see it out there. We'll go out there in a second. And then I'm trying to add more buildings inside here. Then you have a boat canalway that goes out there. And then this is the entrance over here. Here's another like a room or building right here. I gotta decorate. You can hear I have a jukebox up at the sunken monument. And then I was going to turn this area where we first came into this afternoon into a storage area. This is a what's that called? A guardian farm. So guardians that normally protect this monument, they fall down into this trident killer. You get XP and their drops, which is generally this stuff right here. And I'm hoping to create like a storage area down here all the way through. You can see kind of like what I'm trying to do here with the storage. I need that for Gargamel's thing, but they're two different worlds. And then this area in here I was going to turn into a tree farm in here so I can grow trees, like a lumber mill. So I can actually continue building these buildings outside. This world I usually do without streaming. This is my own personal world that I normally don't stream for. This is just my own project. But every once in a while, like today, to break up the monotony, I'd like you guys to visit and see what this world I had created originally. What got me into Minecraft. So if we go out here, you can see what I'm trying to get. I have a what do you call that? I'm sorry. Conduit. I have a conduit out here, and helps me breathe. If I can find a way out, I don't remember how to get out of here now. It's this way. Yep. So this is the other side of that sand wall where we saw the building inside here. Let me see if I can get it in this window. You can see it. That's where we were just at inside there. And this is what's out here. It's like a ravine. The bubbles are coming from a magma blocks on the ground, but it's a ravine. So I'm trying, and this is the aquarium, the glass aquarium that I contain the ocean monument inside there. And this is that building from up above it in the water on the seafloor. You can see inside the glass what it looks like, that building. And I'm going to continue connecting this like glass tunnel out. Let me see if I go over here. You can see it better. Like the roof of it. See, like there's the roof. So I'm going to try to get that out, follow the path of the ravine to the main. See the glass over there. So this is in peaceful mode right now. I believe it's peaceful mode. Let me just double check. Look at all this fish. Yeah, I'm in peaceful mode. You can see difficulty. So this way I don't have to worry about mobs. See the dolphins. But once I get to a point where I'm done constructing and want to get back to survival, that's what I'll do. So this area will connect. Eventually, the canal will go over there to the mainland, which will go out to like a snowy tundra, snowy biome out that way. There's a village out there too. But I wanted to show you guys where that glass tunnel connects to, and I'm going to get over to Disney World before the stream ends. There's another entrance back over there. I don't want to go back down in that confusing stone area until I get that straightened out. I build a building down there too. If I can just find the entrance. I should put some signs or something down here. Gotta get some air. I have an entrance here somewhere. This is a temporary fix until I can figure out where the entrance is. What the heck? Must have. I think it's over here. Yeah, here it is. Jeez. Oh boy, I better not get out there. I guess I don't have a conduit for that side. Where's that sand at? That's embarrassing. I have a beacon, so it makes it easier to mine the stone out here in that ravine. Yeah. Patch that hole. Right. So I put these trees in here for lumber, but once I get that tree farm going, I still like to have the trees in here for aesthetics. What do you got, dude? What do you got? These are the things that the new Wanderer trades. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. What these guys are, before I get into the conversation, what these guys are here is in normal mode. You might get slimes because this is the bottom of the seafloor, and they'll try to go after the golem and they hit the cactus, and this is kind of like a slime farm and cactus farm. So let's take a stroll. Then you can see the fish above. Kind of like an aquarium. I lined it with sea lanterns, so that way it's kind of lit up. And here's the conduit right there. I use the conduit so it can breathe. And of course, to make a conduit, you need to get a heart of the ocean, which is like a blue sphere that you get from treasure chests, and a conch or a nautilus shell, and you get them from the drown, and you combine the two, and I think that's pretty much the recipe. And then you combine the two, and you create a conduit, which then you have to use the prismarine blocks to surround it to create the conduit. I bet you're like, this goes on forever. The reason why I decided to build this is if you look at my coordinates, it's getting down to 0, 0, which is technically world spawn. 0, 0 is world spawn. But what happens is the game, when you're creating a world, a brand new world, if 0, 0 is in the ocean, it'll find the closest piece of land. A lot of times it's not like exclusively close to 0, 0, because I'll have to show you eventually where my world spawn is, but if I die, where I go. But so since this is technically 0, 0, I decided to make this like dome right here of like a salute to world spawn, which is a giant cherry blossom tree right there that I was building. This is before cherry blossoms was in the game, so you had to use other blocks to simulate a cherry blossom tree. Now we have cherry blossoms, so then I can add it to the tree. And I haven't got back to doing it, and I have to. But I added some villagers here, of course. This is supposed to be a giant, like an Ewok tree or a life tree, and then all the branches would have the villagers' houses and stuff contained. So let's take a trip up here so you can get an idea what's in this treehouse. Lots of potatoes. I got to set up some form of minecart to pick up these potatoes. I have yet to do that. I keep saying I'm going to do it. Haven't done it yet. But this is for making new villagers so that farmer would sustain any new villagers that are going to be born or need to be created. These are, of course, the original boys and girls I found on in my trips. I gotta put these potatoes somewhere. I think I have to put them in storage. I have a storage area. Let's get into the storage. This is a sea pickle farm. It's been a while since I've used this, but let me see if it still works. Yeah, it might have changed. The idea is supposed to create pickles, break them, and then put them in a container or something like that. I haven't used this in a long time. I guess I need bone meal, I suppose. I didn't know. We need to use that again. So the sea pickles light up an area out there. This is my jukebox. Plays all the hits, the Minecraft hits. See if I can find out where the main box is up there. There you go. Oh, look, I got string. How nice. There's a toe tapper. And then down here's the storage area that I set up. So you have to keep in mind, this is before I got into the whole redstone storage or auto sorter. Now, since I've been playing for a couple of years, I have an idea how to use redstone. I gotta figure out where I'm putting this string. Where does this string go? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, that's empty. I know one of these is just like, yeah, that's cool. Let's do that one more time. There we go. One of these is just basic storage. Maybe it's where the chicken's at. No, that's food. Oh, I gotta put the potatoes in there. Where is this? Maybe it's this one. Nope, that's potions and stuff. I'm glad I labeled these things. I am so confused. Oh my god. I think I must have fixed. Ugh. You know, put it somewhere. Where would string go? I guess I'll put it over here with this thing here. Why not? Alright, so let's start. I also want to show you the tree real quick before we go over to the castle, Disney World Castle. Let me check to see if there's anyone here. Okay. So let's walk up this way so you can see the tree itself. Now, of course, like I said, we have cherry blossoms, but before the update, you can see this other building up here. Before the update for it, yeah, you had to be creative and make your own cherry blossom tree. So over there, I made that's my very first fish nursery that you see in my Mega Iron Farm in my regular world. That was my very first fish nursery that I ever built. You can see the base under it. I put some like a fisherman's house or hut. I was going to surround the whole thing with fisherman huts. That way I can trade them with the fish that I catch. So there's that. And we're getting higher up on the treehouse thing here. And as we do get a better view of the area, you can see the square fishing thing. Fishery, nursery. There's like an Aztec or jungle pyramid out that way that I have yet to figure out a good build for that. This is a giant tree, and yes, I made this tree. Let's see, which way do I go? So these are supposed to lead to like each one of these branches would have its own little villagers' houses and stuff, and they would be interconnected. But that's how the original idea I was going to do to make this tree was to set these branches coming off the main trunk and then just fill it up with pink cement and pink glass. That's for the cement. There you go. Or pink concrete. Glass, pink glass, and I think I used pink concrete that I didn't harden, so it's like a powdery like color. Looks like Pepto-Bismol. And that's supposed to be a giant cherry blossom tree, but now I actually have the actual cherry leaves, so I'm going to have to mix the cherry leaves in here too. But as like I do most of my builds, I will have to get back to it. Let's see if I have any rockets I can get across, and you guys can see this from the other side. I don't think I have. Yeah, I have a ladder up here, so you can see how I would get up into the tree. Kind of like construction building. You find a scaffolding and you work your way across, and then you just start adding the blocks to it. And I was using that frame to connect the blocks to, so you would get like the tree limbs, the bushiness that you would see from a tree, from like the trees over there that you see grouped almost like a sphere. The same idea would come off of these branches, and then I would have to put in these platforms so that I could build the houses for the villagers and stuff. But the idea for the tree is like a life tree to symbolize this is where my world started, was like right here. Let's fly over to the nursery so you can see the tree from this side. So kind of can see what it looks like from there. See how it's like a glass dome, like a base, a pot where the tree grows from, and then it just goes straight up. And that's supposed to be reminiscent of what a cherry blossom tree looks like, but a giant one. The trunk looks a little thinner. It's a little thinner, but I was gonna, customize it as I build it. But that's the main idea. And then the ocean monument's over there. And I built this house over here that connects to the snowy biome out that way. And actually my world spawn, even though this is technically world spawn here, the game, because there was no land on the water where the 00 is located, the game had set my world spawn out that way. So that's where we're about to head to now anyway. And let's fly back over here, and we'll get in the portal and head over to, we'll stop by World Spawn, and then we'll go over to Disney World real quick. So what I was going to mention to you guys was, I always watch YouTube, and there was a good video. I'll wait till this is done so you can hear me. It's always quick when I'm trying to drink something. On the YouTube, I saw a good video or lecture by an author. Are you kidding me? I don't have my boat. Um, and the book she wrote is called The Artist Way, and the author is Julia Cameron. Fantastic book. I highly, highly recommend it. Um, it's a motivational book, so if I mean motivation, not just for art, but for anything, to get you like when you first wake up in the morning to get inspired to do something. And the way she gets you to be motivated is by keeping a journal, which she calls the morning pages. And she says for a half hour to do 3 pages in a half hour, and it's just a complete stream of consciousness. Basically, meaning you just write whatever pops in your head, just write it down. It's a way to get out any type of ideas, thoughts, gripes, joy, whatever, onto pages, 3 pages, and that way, when you're finished, the 3 pages or the half hour, you should feel like almost like if you were talking to someone. You know, if you're by yourself and you don't have no one to talk to, uh, doing this journal gets you a way to talk to yourself, your subconscious, I guess, in a way. After a while, you'll start noticing your thoughts will be clearer. You'll have ideas will pop into your head faster. You'll be more hello. You'll be more creative. So, I highly recommend it, and it's like a 12-week process. The book is, and I read up to the all the way up to the first week, and I'm going to try to stick to the schedule. And every week there's like little assignments that you do, and when you've done the full 12 weeks, you should have a good idea of the process, and you'll continue for the rest of your life, hopefully, to keep doing the morning pages. She also talks about the artist date, and I'll tell you that in a second. So this is pretty much my world. We're located right, I believe, we're located right here. Right there is where we're at right now. So where we came from was that ice area right up here. That's where we came from. That little ice spit of ice right there. That's where we came from. That's where I made that world tree. And this right here is where the game decided this was going to be world spawn. The area that we're in right now is my nether hub, and that gets me through my world. That was like the Wheel of Fortune. Where it stops, nobody knows. So this is where I first started this world, was right here. Um, Let me throw a bed down real quick so you can see what this place looks like during the day. I showed this world before, I think, during one of my Christmas streams. And every once in a while, normally in the morning, I either watch Stone Mountain 64 that he plays Call of Duty, or I watch Resort TV 1, and that's a gentleman in Orlando that goes to Disney World all the time and streams live from it. So basically, when I first came into this world, I spawned, let me see, I think right over here where this house is. This is where I first spawned into this world. I'm hoping the audio is good. Let me see. Testing. Test 1, 2. Yeah, it sounds okay. I'm hoping. um, so I came into this world. It was over here by the water. And believe it or not, that area that we were at just a few minutes ago, where the world tree was at, it's you see my crosshair, it's out over the horizon that way. Not too far, but it's out that way. And so when I spawned in here, I was near the water. There's nothing but land here, nothing else. And I saw over there, there was a hillside over there. So I made my way over to the hillside and made a little cave like I normally do when I start in a hardcore or a normal world, a normal survival world. Dug into the cave, and everything that you see, this is really like a little mini island right here, and everything you see here spawned from just this mountain, well, hillside. So you see spiders, mobs, and stuff. You try to run from them and hide from them. So I dug a hole into here, and this was my very first base. Was right here. So I dug a hole out there to get to the other side, and then dug a hole down below. And you can see how big this world is. It's getting there. We're right here in the center, right there. And then the rest of the world. So we were right there, and then trying to think. Right, okay, we're right here, and where we were at with the world tree was right there. Pretty neat stuff. Trying to think what else I want to. We can do a quick fly around so you can see what this island looks like. That's what a creative mind does when ideas pop into my head. That's what is possible by throwing blocks together. I haven't been back here. I started my world that you see when I stream every day back in 2023. So from 2019 until 2023, I've been building this world. And then I basically stopped using this world around 2023. I come back every once in a while when I have time on my hands, and I miss this place. I really love this place. And so this thing right there, that tower, that clock tower, I got to get back to that. So the lights on that circle up there will darken according to what hour it is. So it's supposed to represent a regular clock face. So depending on the time of day, you would have one of the lights will be blacked out to show what hour of the day it is. And I have never came back to fix it, but I will one day. This ship here was on the seafloor. It was a sunken ship, and I raised it and parked it right here. And this, in the bottom of this tower underground, is a map room. This is storage right there, and this is like a boat dock area. I'll take you up in the storage room. Reason for the 2 is because it dawned on me that villagers can't use gates, so I had to put a gate in front of the door. But this is the bottom of the storage, and then up top is the top area of the storage, right up here. See my buddies. This is Shinny, after a character I used in World of Warcraft called Shenteba. Banker forgot. I named Benki Forgot right here, and this is Tira, after the Night Elves. If you ever played World of Warcraft, the Queen of the Night Elves, Tira Whisperwind, I think her name is. That's how nerdy I am. And I got a jukebox in here with our parrots dancing. So this was the, and I used like glass and the end rods to give the window effect. Originally, how how I set this up was when you enter the base on where that stone blocks is over here, that little hillside. There's a chest, and we throw stuff in the chest. It goes into this water stream that flows up there. Your items will float to the top and get distributed into the storage over here, and then it keeps going down. It gets dropped here, and then the redstone starts, and items, if it doesn't go into one chest, it keeps going down the line, like the pipeline, all the way across until the item finds the right chest, and if it doesn't, there's an overflow area. You see the machinery in the back here. A lot of redstone. A lot of redstone. This is all done in survival. Yeah, this is not creative mode. This is all survival. Not hardcore, but this is survival that you can respawn, but you still have to gather the items and stuff. So as I moved around in this world, there is an area that connects this island over to the mainland, and it has a lot of sand. It was like sand hills and stuff. And I've never, for the longest time, never had any ideas for it. And then one day I just said, you know what, let's, white rabbit, down the rabbit hole. One day I decided, let's go ahead and make it like a desert city. And that's what I did. And I love trains. So this is like a minecart rail that goes through the world. I also take that. That way you guys can see. This is the desert city that I started. But I have to get back to. You can see the storage area over there. And then over that way is a mesa biome out that way. Yep, I started it. I gotta get back to it. I'm using what do you call those things? Mango trees. There's a waterway back here that I'm trying to use the mango trees to line it, make it more colorful out here. Got to get some cherry blossoms, all kinds of stuff. And then down here, I don't know if I have a stairwell down there or not. Let me see. You can see how this is, what do you call that? Coarse dirt. Coarse dirt. That goes good against the sand. At the time I was building this, we had a lot of hurricanes here in Florida, so I was naming these after different hurricanes. Hurricane Michael, that was like 2022. Charlie. Actually, those hurricanes weren't in that year, I don't think. I don't think so. I just think there was one hurricane out of this year, of 2022, and then I decided to name all the villages after the hurricanes from the previous year or so, or something like that. But all these villages are named after one of the hurricanes, because I figured it'd be a good way if I ever come out here as a memento of going through those hurricanes. Yeah, for those who don't know, I live here in Florida, and this is the time of year, this is our hurricane season this time of year, that every once in a while something might poke its way through, and Sometimes I'm building this world during a hurricane threat or whatever, and that was a way to use that as a memento. So down here, what I want to show you is, so if I'm walking around along the waterway or using the waterway, I made it like a little scenic, kind of like Star Wars, where they have like in Tatooine, where they have like these awnings that protect you from the sun and stuff. I'll show you on the other side. I set up these arches and I was going to connect underneath to the surface, and I got to do that yet. But over here you can see like the idea that I'm trying to build over here. You see there's a doorway there and that connects. Then I was going to make stuff down inside here too, which is underneath the buildings that we were just looking at up there. But over here I have these awnings. That's just stuff I started and I haven't gone back to. Guys taking forever to get to these get to the awning thing. It's over here. So when you're walking through here, I was going to do the rest of the place kind of like this by the riverside. So you would have stuff hanging, flowers, tunnels, lamps. I was going to use maybe like trap doors or whatever that you can see through to cover that. And because we have vines in the game and stuff, have vines up on the pillars. Just let your artistic vision go. Just do whatever pops in your head. Go with it. Since that's the desert and this side's like grass and greenery, I have to figure out a way to merge the two. Let's get on the train. That way you guys can get a view of some of this world before I get over to the Disney World. I could have flown up here. What's the fun in that? I built all this to walk. So you can get a little bit. See, that's I made these little villager huts and stuff out this way, like their own little village inside this world spawn area. There's more to it. If you guys want me to give you a more detailed tour, just let me know, and we'll take a day and just let me know what area you want me to give you a tour of. So you hop in here, push this button, and away we go. I have different junctions that we'll reach, and we'll eventually get close to Disney World, and then we'll get off in that area. I like how the different colored glass shows up on that storage building. You see the ship. Desert Village. I was going to make another big like palace area over here with those two hills. More mango trees. I was going to make like an ice village out here. I haven't gone back to in doing that. I got to get back to that. There's a stone pathway. Kind of like World of Warcraft. If you ever played World of Warcraft, there's these roads that go throughout the game, the different maps. That's what I'm trying to do in this world. And any of the worlds I play in, I try to set up like a... Once I get established and have a lot of different cities to connect them together. That structure over there, is, believe it or not, is a iron farm. My very first iron farm's over there. So this is the second area that I arrived to once after I got into this world, and I created this area. and um, I made a mistake, and I followed Waddles, who's a Minecrafter, tutorial on how to vanquish the um, Wither, and he was showing, but he plays on Java and I play in Bedrock. There are two different ways. The Wither is different in both platforms. On both platforms, they're different. So he was saying you take the Wither, you go to the far underground as you can go, set up a cave, get him trapped inside a cave, and then you can easily vanquish him. Well, in Bedrock it doesn't happen, and he made his way all the way to the surface, and this area that I had built up, he totally devastated this whole village. Almost practically wiped this whole area. It was a giant. This entire area was a giant crater after the Wither got done with me. So I had to go back in and rebuild everything. And yeah, live and learn. So let's move on. Um, Trying to remember. I think the Disney World is going to be out that way. So I don't think this will go all the way over. But when we get to the next spot, I'll get off at the next junction. So I make a windmill over there. A little junction right there. Now here's all the different cow variants. It's neat to see that in this world. So there's a Christmas tree. Because this is like an ice biome over here, or a snow biome, tundra. This is supposed to be like a Christmas village almost. But I haven't gone back to doing this place. And you can see the Christmas tree. I think if I get close enough, they should light up. There they go. This build was by Avomats. So if you go to Avomats Christmas tree, Christmas lights, you'll learn how to build this. It's definitely not finished. You have to cover it up with leaves. So there was an actual village here before I built this, and so I just here's the village, and then I customized it. So these buildings here were the original buildings, and then I just added everything else around these small huts. All right, let's fly over to Disney World if we can. Hopefully my wings will last me. I made my first Smurf village over here, so you get an idea where I got the idea for our Smurf village. It's right here. And I was going to build Gargamel's place on the other side. Actually, I was going to make like a giant Gargamel, like looking down around these trees, and he would be bending over, looking at the looking at the village. But yeah, I never got back to that. And this is my version of Hobbit hole. So like, if you've watched the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, he's inside a hole, not a wet or scrubby hole. That was my salute to the Hobbit. And see if we can go inside one of these so you get an idea what these look like. That's how I got to decorate my hut or Smurf houses like this. But mine has 2 floors, where this is only just one. And then this goes out over here. Another idea I had, just like a ranch. Disney World's going to be out that way, but I wanted to show you this XP gold farm I created out here. I think you guys get a kick out of this. So this is like a mesa biome. I decided to cover the gold farm with a pyramid. So that's my gold farm. My first gold farm I ever built. Where the one I use today in my world that I stream from is connected to my iron farm. This is just by itself, and these guys will fall into a pipeline of water, and it flows them down inside to a trident farm, or not trident farm, a trident killer right there. And then there's storage down below. Again, another build I haven't completely finished. I'm trying to make like a city inside here, down into that area, be villages around the water there. I started making some villages on the outside over here. Try to make a giant tree. So like a Pueblo town. Be a water stream going through there. You can flow out. You can ride your boat out into that area down below or out that way. But that was the idea. I haven't came back to continue the build. But this was the idea. Kind of like a western, South United States southwestern type of town that surrounds a pyramid. This is almost like I don't know if you ever seen the movie Aliens versus Cowboys or something like that, and it has that type of theme to it. So if we follow this walkway all the way back this way, we'll run into Disney World. So now you know why I use another hub. So welcome to the most magical place in the world. There you go. It's coming. It's coming. Wait for it. Bada bing. You can see downtown USA over there. I gotta finish building. That's what we're going to be building today. So you can see the back of the castle. This like dock area over here. Now this area here is not part of Disney, the original Disney World, but I built this first and then I added this the castle after I built this section. Now I'm getting other ideas, so I'm thinking over here is going to be Hogwarts. Hogwarts is going to be built over here. And then the entire Disney World Park will be over here. I got a jukebox inside the castle. There's downtown America or USA, whatever they call it. I don't know what you call it. It's a town that when you enter Disney World, downtown USA, you walk through this town area and then you come into the castle. And this is like a hub, so you could go to any part of the amusement park. There's different lands, so I have to start creating the other parts of the park. So this is a hub that would connect to the other parts. I gotta, in the center of this hub is Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, so I gotta put that in here. I put a jukebox in here. I guess if I have to make some custom CDs, it sounds like Disney World. Oop. So this is the platform that the performers usually play on if you're ever at the park. This is supposed to be Cinderella's castle or Sleeping Beauty's castle. I forget which is which. Technically, this is supposed to be a hallway going all the way to the back, and there'll be walls on either side of this hallway that has a mural, I believe, of either Sleeping. I keep getting confused. Either Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella, and then you get to the other side. But this is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is based on Bubba Flubba, BUBBAFLUBBA, Minecraft: How to Build the Disney World Castle. I believe this is based on his tutorial, which is what you're seeing right here. Then you can see, like, over there would be Hogwarts on that top of that area over there. I know it's kind of crazy because this has nothing to do with Disney World, but I'll connect it somehow. I'll keep the theme. I have to figure out how to do it, but I'll do it. Then you walk up into the castle. So if I'm not mistaken, in the park they actually have a restaurant that you can go to inside the castle, which would be up in this area. Here's my nether portal, which connects me to this place. These guys need some name tags. And I'm not sure if I gotta make it so you can go inside the turrets, which is these cylindrical objects on the building or structures, so you can go up inside. I don't think I have any access to it. Oh, that's the music box, right? Kind of can see out from here. It's crazy how, yeah, there you go. I was going to say it takes a little bit for the music box to kick in. I forget which CD that is. So, downtown USA. If you've ever been to a Disney park, or if you go on YouTube to look at a video from the park, you can see when you enter the park, there's a town that's very reminiscent of a Victorian town from the 1800s, or like Missouri, because Walt Disney's from Missouri, and that's what some of the towns in Missouri look like, where his hometown, where he grew up in the 1900s, that's what it looked like. So these are supposed to be the beginnings of the buildings that and then of course when you enter the main gate, there's the railroad and stuff, and then you walk your way all the way through the Main Street USA. You walk your way up and you enter the park. So yeah, I have to line this walkway with buildings, and that's what I'm hoping to do today. Casey's, what is that? There's like a baseball theme hot dog fast food place on the corner here called Casey's when you are at Disney World, and it has like the glass palaces out that way with ice cream and stuff, and different like little shops that, you know, tourist shops that line this place, and snack places as you go down the walkway here. So that's what I'm hoping to build. I don't know if I have enough material to do what I'm doing, but I'm going to give it a healthy shot. Yeah, guys, okay, definitely got that. Then I gotta look at the pictures of Main Street USA to keep connecting this. But I think we're going to connect, well, because that side hasn't been done yet. I might do this corner, do this side today, so we have at least two sides to this place. All right, let's go over the National Day calendar and see what's going on today. So today is July 28th, Monday, July 28th, 2025. If you're born today, happy birthday. And you share your birthday with Bullington Booth. He's the co-founder of Volunteers of America. He was born 1857. Lucy Burns, co-founder of the National Woman's Party. Barbara Lamar, born this day 1896, silent film actress, who was referred to as the girl who is too beautiful. Earl Tupper, born this day 1907, founder of the Tupperware brands. Jackie Kennedy, the 37th First Lady, wife of President Kennedy, born this day 1929. Jim Davis, who all we know about, who created Garfield, the cartoonist who created Garfield, born this day 1945. Also, today is National Water Park Day. Get out there, enjoy your water parks. Buffalo Soldiers Day. They were the African American division of the U.S. Army. National Milk Chocolate Day. And that's it. So get out there, get your milk chocolates, your Buffalo Soldiers, your water parks, and happy birthday, folks, if you're born this day. That's your National Day calendar, July 28th, 2025, and the sun is now setting. Let's check the audio. Nice. Okay, everything's going good so far. Let's get out the old bed here. I'm going to have to look at some pictures so I can understand what goes on this side. I was using the sandstone block. There we go. All right, and I think I'm going to continue that on this side. Maybe. Let me look at a picture real quick while you guys look at the castle behind me. And yeah, let's see. Main Street, USA. So I just wanted to be sure. Thanks, guys. So basically, Casey's restaurant thing, the building across from it mirrors the same type of structure. So I just have to duplicate this on this side, pretty much. And let's see here. Getting the thinking caps on. So we're about, let me see, I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth one's this block. Same idea, should be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then it goes out over. So this is what happens when you don't use plans. um, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I did a 5x5 thing that a couple of Minecrafters use for building, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, kinda. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna need those stone brick half slabs. Grab these, but I should have some more stone bricks lying around somewhere. Okay, maybe not. Okie dokie. So, turn those into bricks. Turn them into half slabs. I don't need a lot of half slabs, so let's just go with a couple here. And I think I used half slabs out here. Yeah. So a lot of this, just to save material, I think I used a lot of half slabs. And 1, 2, 3 on the fifth block, I added the stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay. So this must be a full block in that instance. Let's see. Yep. So, oh boy. Nice. I think part of the reason I did that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, so that this would be mob-proofed, I suppose. I'm not sure. I gotta write notes. Well, if I just watch the video. Well, I didn't stream this. So. Alright. So I think if I remove, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, on the fifth one, if I remove this block, replace it with this block, we'll have our thingamajig. 1, 2, 3, 4, right on the fifth one. And then I think every 2 blocks. Wait, 1, 2, 3 over. Like here. Yeah. Okay, now I'm getting really confused. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That would give us this corner similar to this corner. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that the seventh block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, on the seventh block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 1, 2, 3 on the fourth one. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And I think I skipped 2 on the outside. Put it here. And that should mimic that side. Thanks for your opinion, my good sir. I didn't use the same tile I used over there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like it's 10 blocks high. Torch down. Sorry if I'm not very talkative. I get into thinking mode. So we're going to go 10 up. See if I get more sandstone. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 6 on the... Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is he spitting? Uh-oh. Oh, the wolf. The wolf's attacking him. Oh, no. Let's see if I don't have a, yeah, hold on. Let me get a boat.
Huh?
Oh, did the dog die? Oh. Oh, that's horrible. Not quite as peaceful as I thought. I was trying to get the boat and get the dog on the boat or something. What a violent... I didn't realize how violent Minecraft is, man. Holy mackerel. I'm in peaceful mode. Don't you know the word peaceful? Look at these guys. They're peaceful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think on the 5th one. And then we created this platform. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's the 6th block, and then we added this platform. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we added the platform. So I need some birch wood, if there's any birch planks. There we go. Let me see. If there's any planks before I put See if there's any planks before I actually make some. There we go. Waste not, want not, as someone says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On top of the 6th block, we're going to add the plank. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On top of this yeah. You get the idea. Let me see if I can, like there, and then the plank will come out on top of this. The rest of the blocks come up to meet it. Have to figure out how I design the other side. So it looks like it's 7 wide. 7 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more over there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is 7 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is right. I gotta make this a little wider over here to match that. I think these are half slabs, I believe. Yep. I already, yeah. So 2 more blocks over. I should just go 3 so I get a little bit of a breathing room. Well, 4 maybe, so I get some breathing room. Because there's supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, like this building goes out a little farther out and then connects back. But it's like a walkway, and then it bends around and enters another area of the park that way. So Main Street is like, it's hard to explain. It just surrounds the street, the main entranceway, the street, and the buildings don't, you can't, it's hard to describe. It's only like so many feet wide each side of the street, and then you go down the main street. That's it. There is an alleyway in the middle, and then it continues, and then you have another hub, and then you have the main entrance where the train goes over top of the main entrance. And believe it or not. I have never been to either Disneyland or Disney World, but I watched a lot of video about it, and hopefully one day. I am a Florida resident. I should go, but it takes a little bit of monetary funds to get into the park, so gotta save up. And then this will go all the way down, parallel with the street. So next, so it's really just one giant building that's separated by many buildings within the main building that surrounds the street. Or I should say different shops as you go down the street. There's like a movie theater, stores, restaurants, Starbucks, little shops. If you've ever been to like a western town, that's how the western town is kind of set up. Or a boardwalk if you're at the beach, you see there's a boardwalk. Same idea. I think like if you were at an amusement park, they're called the Midway. That's like the main walkway that goes through the center of the fair or whatever. So you can see I have a lot, a lot of work ahead of me. I gotta go down. I don't know how many more blocks, a couple hundred blocks down that way, so that you would have Main Street. But I figured doing this today, so you guys have a little bit different things to look at versus that Gargamel wall that I've been trying to do for the past couple of weeks. I might have to go and get some more stone brick. Look how that sun sets on the other side of the castle. Yeah, I don't have the vibrant visuals on. Um, I should turn it on for this. But I like the colors the way it is now, where it looks like something out of a comic book. All right, so it's about 3 o'clock now. We've been on for about an hour. I'm going to try to get as much of this done before I call it a stream, and or until I can't, until I can't stand the hunger and I gotta get something to eat. But getting back to the book, The Artist Way, I highly recommend it. You can get it on audio book, or you can get it on your Kindle, or you can buy it in a bookstore. Um, there's different lectures on YouTube and interviews about it. I would recommend looking at that. And there's different people that wrote, or not wrote, but people had did video on their version of the morning pages. So I highly recommend doing that. It's very therapeutic. I've only done 2 days of it so far, but I've been also following a couple of people on YouTube that do note taking, and I've kind of been doing it already, but not to the way Julia Cameron described. So this has been interesting. Trying to get the crosshair. I want to make sure they're half slabs. waste my brick doing that. Get out the granite brick to connect that section. Yeah, I shouldn't have went all the way up the way I did, but because this is going to be like a platform that you see it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the platform comes out. So you would have like a balcony. Have you ever seen Victorian structures or buildings? They have like these balconies and stuff. If you ever go into Disney World or watch the fireworks at Disney World, they would have these lights that shine up on the side of the building to integrate the buildings with the light show with the fireworks. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Let me extend this just a little bit further out, and then we'll use the granite. Let's see if I got any granite over here. So I believe this is smooth granite and not just regular plain granite. Polished granite slab. That's what it is. Polished granite slab. And I think that's an easy make because you just use the crafting table, I think, to make it. Oh, here's some right here. Turn that into slabs. There we go. Yeah, I always grab the wrong one. So it looks like there are two pieces of wall, or three. Looks like there's three. And there's a third one on top. I'll just put two for now. And two stair. See, that's a platform of half slabs. But on top of the third wall is a full block. Give me a second, guys. It's driving me nuts. I'm looking at the left side where that walkway is there, and that side, it might be the perspective, but it just looks off. I don't know. Because there's the platform, that matches, and then there's a block that connects to, and there's two blocks. Yeah, see it. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. My brain trying to wrap around this thing. So what I'm going to try to do is match as much as possible to this side, and then I'm going to call it a stream. But you get an idea of like if you're walking, like entering the park and you're walking down. This area is a little wider than most parks have it. Most parks, it's very. This actually goes all the way pretty much close to the castle almost. So I'm still debating whether I'm going to do that or not because I like this water, like a river thing that flows underneath of it. It's kind of neat. This is my version of the parks, so still working on it, but I definitely want to keep working on this side here today. So I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. If you do, please hit that subscribe button, share, do all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, let you know when the stream is premiering. So just bear with me, guys, while I thin a little bit more, and we'll continue. this area here. This was the first building, so I made it into a storage section. I'm trying to get some black ink. I would like to do that black and white tile. Ooh, yeah, I have this amethyst. So when you walk on it, get that nice little treat as you're walking through. I'm trying to see if I have any black ink. The other thing is I don't have a happy guest in this world yet, and that'd be neat to have before. Oh, there's more stone before the stream's over. That would mean I would have to go into normal survival, I think, in order to get one. But I can see in a second. I'm just trying to see if I have any black ink. No. Yeah, that's all that stuff. Okay. Um. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me throw this stuff. Let's go get a happy guest before the stream's over. Let me throw this stuff in here. So. And, oh no, I put the wrong shulker back. Put this back in there. What is that map? Do you think I sound like those guys? It's rubbing off. Put that there. Put that there. Definitely put this back. Put that on. I should change the wings so that way I don't run into any issue. Okay. Can I help you, sir? No, just take this. Yeah, of course I was going to do that. Let's go over to the nether portal real quick. Hop in. See if we can get a happy guest. Then I might call it a stream because I am starving. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Okie dokie. So if you're not familiar with what this is here, it's called a nether hub. It's an ice road in the nether that's at level 117. So that way you're away from any mobs. Now what I have to do, see that's the thing, I don't remember exactly where I need to get to a Soul Sand Valley. I gotta get to a Soul Sand Valley get a happy gas, or a gasling, I should say. And it's been a very, very long time since I've been in this particular nether. So what we do is you just look for... I could trade with these guys and see if I can get a gasling. I don't think I ever set... Oh, yes, I did. I did set up a... I just need gold. I do have a trading hub. I just... Okay, let's go to the trading, because I think the Soul Sand Valley is not really close by. So let's go to the trading hub. Yeah, this area here is mostly, oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, you can trade with this guy, but I actually have it set up where you just keep throwing gold at them, and it collects whatever they drop. This whole area is all like netherrack, lava. And there's another fortress over here. If you want to get a gasling in the environment, you have to go to where there's a Soul Sand Valley. And be careful, because there's going to be a lot of skeletons and everything else, and gas themselves in there. This is like a mini trade hub right here. I wonder if I have any gold here. Yes. Excellent. Grab this and this, just in case. Okay, and part of a base that I'm making in the nether here. I have an area that connects to a nether fortress, and that's where the main gold trading hub is. Okay, that's weird. I apologize. I haven't been in this world in over a year or so, so I don't really remember my pathways like I used to. I don't think I have. You need to be wearing... Oh, I got soul speed. Yep. So in the nether fortress, I set up soul sand, and you put on the... I'm not sure if that's soil or... I think that's soul sand, because it's got the faces on it. Let me see. It's soul sand, and when you're wearing the soul speed on your boots, the enchantment, you can go really fast. So this is how I set it up in the nether fortress to get around without being attacked. You have glass, you got the soul sand, you got the roof so the gas can't see you. This is a oh god, what the heck is that called? What are these things called? I'm blanking out here. Hold on. Something rods. What are they called? What kind of rods? Oh Lord, give me a second here. Blazes. As soon as I start looking it up, they're called blazes. So this is a blaze spawner and farm, blaze farm. Thank you. My God, my brain. I am getting hungrier. The more I start blanking out, the more the hungry. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm just plain hungry and I'm not concentrating. Losing concentration. All right. Okay. So what I have to do is I got to throw gold ingots in here. and then these guys will produce drops. Hopefully, they produce a gasling. They're standing on top of hoppers, and then it's sent over here. I gotta turn this on, I believe, for this to work. I just want to see if I can find a gas link before. Oh boy, this is all backed up. This is not good. I'm trying to see where it ends, and then I can find out if I got a gas link. This is all the stuff you get when you trade with the piglins. Okay, this is the end. So if there's any gas links, they'll appear around here. I apologize for this thing not working like it should be. Oh, there's a guy here. But like I said, I haven't been in this world since I started doing these live streams with my new world. So, all right, let's give them some more gold. See if we can get a gas link. I'm going to have to get some more ingots out of there. There we go. And through that in here. See what happens. Okay. I'll wait till that run. Oh, see, you gotta be careful because sometimes the stuff gets stuck on the fence here. It's not one of my perfect builds, but it does what it's supposed to most of the time. All right, let's turn this on. It's a simple clock. You can see it with the repeater, handle, torch, and redstone, and it causes this to turn on and off fast. And then these guys get, it's a dispenser that dispenses the gold, and then they drop whatever they trade. See if any of the stuff hanging up here is a gas link. Nope. We're in peaceful mode. If I was in normal mode, they would be very angry at me opening this chest. Do a couple more trades and we'll check that hopper down below. Alright, let's go down below and see if we got anything good. Gotta be careful, there's a lot. Yeah, I got my fire resistance potion out. I should just turn this thing on, but wait and see. Yeah, I haven't been down here since the update, or I haven't been in this world since the Happy Gas update. Yet, no gas links. Grab that gold though. Yeah, I have a auto sorter here, but I might as well turn that on. I just want to make sure I can catch the gas thing before it gets put put into the system here. It's only connected to one side too as well. But where the heck is the switch for this thing? There should be some type of switch that makes this thing run. Might be this. Whoa, oh Lord, that was not good. Definitely not good with all the stuff I'm holding here. I guess there's I have to rehook this thing up. I use these snow blocks for the walls and stuff. Yeah, I need to make a clock over here so that way it turns this thing on to run. I think it should work now. I think that's what it was. That's why it wasn't working. Was that it? I haven't done this in a long time. I forget which system I'm using, but is this observer is turned on and off? Or no, no, no. As it watches this torch going on and off, it sends a charge to this, which then does the same for the rest of the observers, and then it causes um, dropper to deposit whatever is in the hopper or dropper in the chest up above. It's going to eventually back up because I haven't done the entire storage area. This should be the overflow. Let me check to see if this has been updated. It should be updated to. I don't know where to look for the version. It should say. Because I've seen the cows and stuff have been updated, so I'm assuming. Oh boy, they're loud. This is version 1.21. Yeah, it was updated on the 20th of July. 1.2, 1.95. So that should be. We should have a gas link coming from this trade. Because the gas link came out with the chasing the skies update, which is the summer drop. I don't know the percentages of how long it takes for them to actually trade a gas link, but I've done it in my regular stream world, and it didn't take too long. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, it's about almost 10 of 4 right now. About 4 o'clock, I'm going to call it a stream. Let's see. Well, let's go down below and see if there's anything in the pipeline there. Days like this, when I revisit these areas, makes me want to go back and fix them. Yeah, this is stuck because the item should be flowing through. Maybe if I pull one of these out, there we go. Yeah, I don't want this thing backing up on me. Well, that's the end of it right here. Yeah, we still haven't got a gas link yet. Let me take that gold note. Through that there. I gotta get him up top somehow, but not right now. Always from these sounds, it always reminds me of like a mad doctor's lab or something. So this is, if you have a gold farm like or gold trading farm like this in your world, you can get a lot of materials that you can use in the game without having to go looking for it. And whatever gold they don't use, it goes into the storage. So you just have to re-pick up the gold and give it back to them. Yeah, I would go, if I knew where there was a Soul Sand Valley nearby, I would go and do that, but I really haven't been here in a long time to know where one of those valleys are nearby or not. I don't need all those arrows, I just need one. Let's just keep trading. I would have seen something if, because it doesn't go that fast. Yeah, you should see something similar to gravel that has a face on it. It's the same color, and then you have a gasling. If you go to a Soul Sand Valley, you'll see it sitting on it right by where the bones are located in the Soul Sand Valley, and it's sitting on top of some soul sand. You use a Silk Touch pickaxe, pick it up, and bring it to the surface, put it on a block, and throw water on top, and within 20 minutes, you would have a gas line. Or happy gas. Happy gas. Okay, let's go down below and see. See, there's blackstone. All kinds of good stuff you can get from these trades. Whoa, that was not good. Yep, still no gasling. Oh, there's gold though. Let's take that out. I wonder if he'll trade me, say. See if he gives me anything good. Get this out of the way, so. Let's see what he gives me here. Okay, leather. Arrow. Yep. You just gotta be. That's why I like using that machine I have, so you can just let it crank it out and see what happens. You also get a lot of quartz crystal from these guys, and some of this is quartz crystal that I use to build. It's funny they're wearing some of the trades because the way I have it set up in here. If I don't get a gasoline soon, I might call it a stream. Let's see, it's almost 4 o'clock. Yeah, normally you would get, they do trade it. You just have to be patient, I guess. The other thing is, too, this is an older section of my world, so maybe you have to go to a newer section. But again, in my world that I stream with, I've gotten a happy guest in a trade, and it was an older section of the world, so I don't know. Oh yeah, let me see if I can grab the edges here. See if there's anything. You get obsidian from these trades, which is good. Crying obsidian. Very good farm to have in your world. Nice. It's as bad of a wait as trying to get a cleric, or not a cleric, but a librarian to give you a good enchant trade. It's all backed up with the another brick. I wonder if it's because of this thing. It should be going in. Oh, it's going up. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to try one more time. Then I'm calling it a stream. I'll go hunting for it out there in the Soul Sand Valley and stuff, but like I said, I haven't been out here in a long time, so I get lost really fast. And if I had more time, I would do it. Maybe I have to go into normal mode to get the trade. I don't know. Let me go look that up. Hold on. Okay, so Google says you don't have to be. You could be in peaceful mode, look at the trade, and you should get it. Just have to be patient, I guess. Oh, I just saw it. Ha! We got it. Looks like a little gray squid that the legs are sticking out to the sides. There he is. So, excuse me. So if you're patient, you'll get it. You just have to be patient. Eventually, the piglins will trade with you. Let me throw all this stuff. That's going to keep going. There's nothing I can do about that, but this I can. Non-essentials in there. Throw the gold in the thing over here, and then we'll head to the surface. Get him started to get rehydrated, and we'll call it a stream. I believe I can go out this way. It should take me close to Disney World. It's been a real long time, so I hope I go the right way. Wow, you can see the area that the fortress is at over here. You can see how big an area that is. All right, so maybe if I go to the end of this tunnel here, it should get me to the branch I need to go. Back out this way, it should connect me. If you notice, I didn't put signs. I gotta put signs out here. Alright, darn it. Okay, now I'm lost. This might be Disney World out here. This might be it. Let me see. Nope, there's no chest here. see where this connects to. Okay. Right. That should be the mansion right over here. Right, and then yep. Okay, now I know where I'm at. Now if I make a left, of course they're gonna take a ride with us. I think I snort. There I am. Okay, I go down here and I go through this portal, and then the next one should be Disney World. Yeah. Every time I get near this, this has the chest, so that's how I know. All right, my friend, you are free, and we are heading back. Looks like my laptop went to sleep, so we won't be doing we won't be doing a raid. I'm just gonna get him start to get rehydrated, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. I am starving. While we're waiting, I'll grab a sip of coffee. And we're back. So we gotta pick a good place to rehydrate him, because that'll be like his forever birthplace. So let's find a nice spot. What I should do is put him right here, or I'm going to eventually put Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse statue. I should put it like over here somewhere, close by. Maybe I'll put it over here. I'm going to need a bucket of water. And a way to get up on top of this thing. And we'll grab a bucket of water real quick. And put it maybe in the center. This is supposed to be like a little garden area, so maybe like right here. And then you throw some water. Oop. And then he'll keep growing until you get a happy gas. I'll eventually turn that into a fountain to represent where he was born. So now Disney World will have their happy guest. I have to put one over World Spawn too. Now you know how to get a happy guest if you don't want to go into the Soul Sand Valley. You just trade them. And Main Street USA is coming together. That's pretty good. Let's go say our farewells by our happy guest over here. Call him Mickey Gast. All right, you guys, you have a fantastic Monday. Stand by over here, and I won't be back. I don't know. I don't think I'll be back at this world Wednesday. We'll get back to. Well, who knows? Maybe I will. And then You just kind of see him over my shoulder. And then we'll come back here. All right, maybe we'll come back here Wednesday just to break up the monotony with Gargamel's place. And yeah, so have a great Monday. Thanks for being here. Check out my YouTube channel, The Big Red 1967. I have a community tab. Look for the post for the World Download link and the Discord link. If any of those links are bad, let me know and I'll update them. And let me know what you think of the video. And we'll be back here on Twitch Wednesday at 1 o'clock afternoon. Have a great Monday, you guys. Thanks.